Warm greetings from the High 10. It is Everyday Shenanigans on this Tuesday, May 19, 2020. I'd like to bring you said information pertaining to the decedent Ahmaud Arbery, who was gunned down in the state of Georgia by two men, a father and son duo. And now there is a video surfacing pertaining to an incident that took place in 2017 where he was approached by an officer, and then another officer came on board. And in this said article, you will see the video for yourself, and you can come to your own conclusion to what you believe and don't believe. But I'm going to bring you the said information, and the source is NBC U.S. News. Ahmaud Arbery, a 2017 video shows police trying to use stun gun on him. The video shows officers questioning Arbery on why he was sitting in his car at a park. "I'm trying to chill on my day off. I'm up early in the morning trying to chill," he said. Ahmaud Arbery, the black Georgia man who was fatally shot in February after being pursued by two white men, had an encounter with police in 2017 in which an officer tried to use a stun gun on him. Police body camera footage from that incident shows a Glenn County police officer on patrol questioning Arbery about his sitting alone in his car in a park. Glenn County is on the Georgia coast, about midway between Savannah, Georgia, and Jacksonville, Florida. The video first reported on by The Guardian, and a police report on the incident were obtained by NBC News through an open records request. NBC News does not know what occurred before the event shown on the video. "You off work today?" the officer asked. Arbery responds, "I'm just rapping in the park." At another point in the video, Arbery asked the officer why he is being questioned. "Why am I effing with you? You want to know why I'm effing with you?" the officer asked, telling Arbery to get his hands out of his pocket. "I ain't got shit on me," Arbery replies. "What the F you effing with me for?" The officer tells Arbery that the area is known for drug activity. Arbery, who is wearing a hat, workout pants, and a winter coat with no shirt, tells the officer that he is relaxing during his day off from work. The officer then checks Arbery for weapons and doesn't find any. Eventually, a second officer arrives and Arbery tells them they cannot check his car. As Arbery walks toward the vehicle, the officers tell him not to reach for the car. Arbery backs away, and the second officer yells for Arbery to get his hands out of his pocket and then attempts to use his stun gun, but the device malfunctions. "Down! Warning, down!" The second officer yells at Arbery, who is standing with his arms outstretched and not saying anything. Arbery gets down on his knees. "I'm trying to ease my mind," Arbery says. "I rap. I got one day off a week. One day. I'm trying to chill on my day off. I'm up early in the morning trying to chill." The Glenn County Police Department declined Tuesday to comment on the footage and referred questions to the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, which is conducting a probe into Arbery's killing on February 23rd in Brunswick, which is in Glenn County. Officers said in the police report for the 2017 incident that Arbery became impatient during the encounter and started to curse. The second officer used his stun gun to protect them from the possibility of death or serious bodily harm, the report states. The first officer wrote in the report that he saw a plastic bag with a leafy substance inside in the center console area of Arbery's vehicle, and that when the officer put his nose near a partially open window, he could smell marijuana. The officers allowed Arbery to leave, but would not let him drive his car because of a suspended license, according to the police report. Attorneys representing Arbery's family told NBC News in a joint statement on Tuesday that the video shows the officers harassing Arbery. Mr. Arbery is rightfully upset by what he perceives as being approached for no legitimate reason. The officer acknowledges that he hasn't done anything wrong, the statement read. Ahmaud Arbery maintains his composure. However, even when the second officer to arrive on the scene immediately escalates the situation, pulls out his taser and attempts to use it on Mr. Arbery for no justifiable reason. The attorneys went on to say that the incident in the video showed the kind of scrutiny Arbery faced, not only by this police department, but ultimately regular citizens. Arbery, 25, was shot to death on February 23rd after being pursued by Gregory McMichael, 64, and his son Travis, 34. The McMichaels were arrested and charged with murder and aggravated assault. Arbery's family said he was out jogging, while the McMichaels say they thought he was a burglar. According to a Glenn County police report. The McMichaels armed themselves because they believe Arbery might have a gun, the police report said. George McMichael told officers that Arbery began to violently attack Travis, who fired after the two started fighting over the shotgun, according to the police report. If you need verification for the storyline, this is NBC News. Oh, God, it's always something. Okay, you will see this video, and you'll see, of course, he is approached. He's basically telling them why, the first officer, why he was in his car. Why are you bothering me? It's my day off. He gives them the location of where he works. The officer asks, oh, really? You know, like, okay. So he's saying, I just work right up such and such place. Then the second officer comes, and I do agree with the family's attorney. He was making the situation worse. He wasn't trying to do anything to the first officer. He wasn't, what I would say, deemed a threat. Why would you pull the taser out and pull the taser and use it? Because you can hear it buzzing or whatever, and nothing comes out. He was already standing a few feet away, and in my opinion, not doing anything that I would deem a threat to either parties. So why would you pull the taser out? He was already hands up, all of that. Why would you then come onto the scene? And then that's your excuse you put in a report. I thought we were going to have a problem. He looked like he was going to what? He was already feet away and hands up. I mean, what else did you want him to do? And then you come up and use a taser that didn't work and then put him on the ground. He didn't fight. He didn't fuss. He didn't reach for your gun, your weapon, your neck, your throat, your arm. Didn't push you, didn't shove you, didn't pull out a weapon. He complied after your taser malfunctioned. If he was going to be a threat, that would have been the time for him to do something when your taser didn't work. But he knelt down as told and complied. And you all let him go, yet you say you smelled marijuana by the window, saw a leafy substance inside the console. So why didn't you search the car? Oh, just curious. You see, in all these stories you hear, it's always a matter of what is correct and what is incorrect behavior. Because I'm trying to figure out, why didn't you search the car? Or are the laws different in Georgia as far as searching cars? I'm just curious. Because I just thought maybe the fact that you said you smelled marijuana, that would give you reason to search the car. But instead you let him go because he had a suspended license. This young man, yes, obviously had issues. 1 or 2 issues down there in Georgia. I don't know if he has a criminal history. I don't know. Have not heard. But now out of the blue, here comes this video, 2017, showing him being pulled over because he says he rap, he's chilling, he's minding his business. They're telling him this area is frequented by people who sell drugs or drug activity, yah. It's always something. That's really my opinion. That's the only opinion I have at the moment till I know otherwise. And really, my thing is still what happened on February 23rd. No proof of him stealing anything, vandalizing anything. The owner of the house said that, the builder or whomever. 2 nosy parkers decided to follow someone who was jogging that was African American. And to me, it deems racist to me because I'm sure there are other white people that walk along the streets and jog. Are you following them around? Are you jumping and going and getting your rifles when they're walking and jogging? Now, some could say the young man was up to something that day on February 23rd. Why was he there lurking and looking around? The point is, he didn't take anything. And that's how I feel about it. And even with this incident here, 2017, he was minding his business in his car, doing whatever. And what is deemed suspicious to one does not mean it's actually suspicious. Because a lot of people do different things that other people won't do. Some people will walk at night. Some people will jog at night. Some people will go to the park or the river or the lake at night. And now somebody else will say you up to no good if you were walking and parking at the lake or the river. Or you walk through a neighborhood. Your neighborhood. Somebody else's neighborhood. You see what I'm saying? What you do and I do are 2 different things. How you view things is not how somebody else will view something. But a lot of people are night owls and they walking wrong. Now to somebody else that would be suspicious. But to this person it may be, hey, that's when I think best, when it's quiet. I can say I like the night myself. Because it is quiet. There's nobody roaming, there's nobody out, nobody looking, nobody lurking to see what you're doing, not doing. Rather be taking the trash out at night. I've done it. Because it is quieter, peaceful. Don't have to step over nobody. Nobody in your face. Do you see what I'm saying? What one person does, maybe somebody else won't do that. But this was daytime when he was jogging and got accosted. This was early morning when he got accosted in 2017 because he said he was sitting in his car. And that's my thing. You have to have proof of what a person is doing. And my thing is, who called? Did somebody call that day in 2017, or you just walked up on him, saw him in the car and said, well, he's up to no good, sitting in his car? Maybe he was going through something that morning. I don't know. And that's the thing. You don't know because you're assuming. And that's why a lot of people are in the cemetery, because of an assumption. And that's why he's in the cemetery, because of an assumption. And there's been no proof that he has done anything in the neighborhood pertaining to theft or robbery. And that's the 411. Like, share, subscribe. Drop your comments below. Thanks for listening. God bless all of you. Mask up, glove up, stay safe. Put those said items in their appropriate receptacles. God bless America. Lord have mercy. We need all the help we can get. Because it's just, right now, I just don't know what to think with these news stories. It's just on and on. You just don't know what to think. And with the way people are slap happy, with the police, people calling in on you because of your skin color. I'm fed up with all this. I'm fed up with Corona. I'm fed up with people. I'm fed up with happy slap cops, nosy Parker neighbors, meddling. Just sick of people in general, or people could just stay in their lane. Because, see, it looks like when you should step up and speak on something that's going on, you don't talk about it. You don't speak up. But you speak up on an assumption, and then that person ends up dead with no proof of validity of what you thought was going on. But that's the world we live in. This is Everyday Shenanigans. I'm out of here. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.